Hey there, Skeleton Key here, and today we're gonna do the booktube spin round 2. The booktube spin is something that a booktuber named Rick McDonnell, I think I'm saying that right. I've heard him say it a bunch of times, but I always have to, because I want to say McDonnell, and I know that's not right. McDonnell. Anyway, he does this, and he does it on booktube. He also posts it over on Twitter, so if you don't have a booktube channel but you want to participate, you can do that over on Twitter. The idea is that you pick 20 books off of your TBR pile. I think most people do books that they keep meaning to get to, but they just don't for whatever reason. I know that's what I do. And you number them. You assign each one a number. And some people will divide, it's 20 books, so some people will divide it into like groups of 4 or 5 and have a little mini theme. I'm just going to do an overarching theme. It just worked out a little bit better that way. But you pick 20 books, assign each one a number, and then Rick does this random spin of his number wheel, and it picks a number, and then you have 2 months to read whatever book that you had assigned that number to. He has already done the spin, and so I have been assiduously avoiding that video and his Twitter account because I don't want to know what that number is, because I needed time to collect my 20 books. So right now I am going to go through the 20 books and assign them their numbers, and then I will go watch his video, and then I'll come back and tell you which one won. So, alright, let's get to it. So my theme for this booktube spin, these 20 books, is book club books that I own but never finished. And I think I've actually started all of these. There might be 1 or 2 that I haven't even started, but these are all ones that I started, and it's like I do want to finish this. So they're not ones that I'm probably going to DNF, because I do sometimes. I will sometimes DNF book club books, but these are ones that I do intend to finish. So if I need a list of books that I never finished, I've got, you can't see it. I'm just really hoping that this tower of books does not fall over before I finish filming the video, but here we go. These first 2 books are from the Traps and Trenchcoats book club. Number 1 is River of Darkness by Rennie Airth. I guess that's how you pronounce it. I always second guess myself on pronunciation, so my apologies if I mangle people's names. There are 435 pages, and I apparently left off on page 203, so I'm almost halfway through this thing, so... And this was nominated for the Edgar Award for Best Novel. I don't know if it won. I don't know what year. But anyway, that was a Traps and Trenchcoats read. Number 2. Also Traps and Trenchcoats, Charles Finch, The Woman in the Water. I only made it to page 39, but... And again, these are books where it most likely was not a matter of being bored. It's just life happened, and I had to set it aside. And this is London, 1850. And I gather the main character is kind of like a Lord Peter Wimsey kind of character, maybe? I don't know. but of course in 1850 instead of early 20th century. I really like that cover. Okay, for number 3, we're going to Truth is Stranger book club. And I wasn't in this one very long. It meets in another town, or well, met. The pandemic killed it. But it met in another town, and I just was not up for the drive. But anyway, so this is book 3. And this is James Gleick, Time Travel, A History. Let's see, I left off on the beginning of chapter 3, so about page 46. And this kind of digs into the literary and pop culture history of time travel and how it has developed as a trope in science fiction and I love a good time travel story, so yeah, I do want to read this. So also for Truth is Stranger, Bad Feminist by Roxane Gay, and this is one that I was like, I don't know why, but I started off like I would read the first chapter and then I read the last. I mean, they're not chapters, they're essays. So I would read like the first essay and then I went and read the last essay and then I would go back and forth working my way towards the middle. I don't know why I was doing that. I'm really not sure. It was probably a bad idea because people, when they publish essay collections or short story collections, they tend to curate them in a certain order for specific reasons. So I don't know why I was doing that. So I may just go back to where I left off with the going forward and just continue all the way to the end. So now, book 5. And this is the only one. So this is the only one I have on the list that is from the neighborhood book club that I am in. And this is The Tiger's Wife by Obreht. Tia. Again, I don't know how to pronounce anything. And I made it to page 5. And so this one is a little iffy because, at page 5, I wasn't like, oh my god, I have to finish this. I really don't know if I will enjoy this one or not. And it's not even the kind of thing I normally read. So, we'll see. The thing is, but this, I think, won the Women's Fiction Prize or something like that, and I have to read one of those for a different challenge this year, and the only ones on that list that actually look interesting to me, I've already read. So I'm gonna probably just power through this one eventually this year, whether it shows up on this or not. Number 6 is from the Wolverine Farm book club that I wonder if Wolverine Farm has started up with any activities. It might be a little bit. They're a restaurant and a bar and an event space, and I know the pandemic just really threw them for a loop, and so the book club kind of just went away. But this is What Is Not Yours Is Not Yours by Helen Oyeyemi, and I read the first few. They're short stories, but I'm pretty sure they're interconnected. I've only read like the first 2 or 3, and there were hints in there that they were interconnected in some way, and I love the atmosphere of this one so far. So, okay. Fucked Up Book Club. So 7, 8, and 9 are all from the Fucked Up Book Club. So 7, Piercing by Ryu Murakami. I was not enjoying this one when I left off on page 42. However, it is really, really short. It is 185 pages long. So So I feel like even though I'm not enjoying it, it's short enough that I should be able to get through it and see if I glean anything from it. I don't know. It's that was 7. This is 8. The perennial geek love. Yes, I want to finish this. Orange cover and all. Blech. And where am I at? I'm on page 61 right now. So, yeah, this is really doable. This is doable. Why don't I just do it? But that's what the booktube spin is for. So 9 is The Collected Schizophrenias by Esme Weijun Wang. There, you can see how it's spelled, because I'm probably mispronouncing that very badly. And this is also a Sirens book. I don't think this year's Sirens. I think last year's Sirens challenge, and I am not very far into this one at all. And that one is a collection of essays. So that was 9. 10. So this is the only Sisters in Crime book club one I have on here. All right, so this is Deadly Focus by Sue Hinkin, and this is the first book in the Vega and Middleton series. I can't remember which of the Sisters in Crime book clubs is doing it this month, but yeah, one of them is reading the 4th book in the series this month. The Mermaid Broker, I think, is the title. And I can't go because I don't want spoilers, but I'm still back on book 1 in the series. So book 11 is from the Book Was Better book club. And this is Le Voyage d'Hector ou la recherche du bonheur. And this is by Francois Lelord. And I can't remember the exact name of the movie in English. I think it was like Hector's Search for Happiness or The Search for Happiness. I thought the movie was kind of annoying and the book was kind of annoying, and I mean, I didn't make it very far, page 39. But the thing is, I went to great effort to get it in the original French. If I can read something in its original language, I'm gonna give it a shot. So I went to the trouble of getting this one, so I'm gonna read it. And it's very easy reading. It's not challenging. So that is 11. I have 4 books from Strange Worlds, which is the science fiction fantasy book club that I belong to. So first, and this is another Sirens read as well, this is How You Lose the Time War, and this is by Amal, El-Mohtar, and Max Gladstone. And you know, it actually ticks several challenge boxes all over the place. So I want to read it because of that, and also it's short. Lots of people love it. I was bouncing off the style, but it's short enough and does enough things for my challenges that, yeah, I'm gonna read it. 13. And this is also for the Strange Worlds Book Club. The Gate to Women's Country by Sheri S. Tepper. I made it to page 51. I've got some severe mixed feelings, but this is kind of a classic, and Sheri S. Tepper is important to the genre, so I feel like I need to read this one. 14, A Taste of Honey, and this is just a short novella. This is by Kai Ashante Wilson. I really didn't make it very far at all in this one. This was a month that we read 2 novellas, and this one just wasn't grabbing me, but it's also super short. But yeah, I do want to give this one another go. 15, All You Need Is Kill by Hiroshi Sakurazaka, I guess. I was really having fun with this one. I may even just start this one over from the beginning because it's sort of a Groundhog Day kind of story, and I feel like if I just pick up at page 93 where I left off, which was almost the exact middle of the book, I have a feeling I will be lost or won't pick up on things, so I will probably just start this one completely over. Okay, so book number 16 is from one of the library book clubs. It is Plainsong by Kent Haruf. And this is a National Book Award finalist, and it's set on the eastern Colorado plains, and he's a Colorado author, and I think he died, didn't he? Does it say in here? I think he was still alive when this book came out, but I think he has since. Yeah, this says he lives with his wife Kathy in Colorado. I'm thinking he died. Don't quote me on that because I think lots of people are dead, and it turns out no, they're still alive and kicking, and I'm like, oh, oops, sorry. But anyway, this it's definitely not the sort of thing I usually read, but I was actually really liking this one, and I left off on page 90. It's not that long though, and this is another one that the relationships and the character development is super important, so I will probably start this one over completely as well. So Plainsong was 16, 17. Okay, so all of the rest of these, 17 through 20, are from, well, this one actually popped up in several different book clubs. It's a local author, Temple Grandin, Animals Make Us Human, and this is one that I have flipped through a lot and read bits here and there, so I've actually read a lot more than you can tell by the bookmark at page 108, but that's the last place where I had actually read, page by page. So I'll probably just start in there and read to the end, even though I've already read a lot of it. But this has been in several book clubs, but I think the most recent one was my high tea book club. And we read it for that. Or it could have been LHR Society. And I don't think I've got any books in here from LHR Society, do I? So let's call this one LHR Society. So 18, 19, and 20 are all from High Tea Book Club. Made it to page 79 of this one. I'm not crazy about it, but it's short. It's easy reading. There's absolutely no reason for me not to just go ahead and finish this one. I think I'm out of orange cover prompts on challenges, though, so part of me kind of wants to save it for a rainy day when I have to read something with an orange cover. But it's The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson, and it's okay, I guess. I don't know. I'm just, We'll see. Anyway. 19. The Glass Castle by Jeanette Walls. This one's kind of a difficult read, but I like it. I guess this one counts as misery porn, which I like. I'm not a fan of misery porn, but this one was holding my attention, even though I only made it to page 47, and then something happened and I had to put it aside. I think I had to pack this one for a move. And book 20, Karen Memory by Elizabeth Bear. So this is steampunk alternate history set in Seattle, Pacific Northwest somewhere. Portland? Set in the late 19th century in a city a lot like what we now call Seattle Underground. So it's like Weird West, steampunk. So I was really getting into this because I love steampunk. So So those are my 20 books. And now I will go watch the pick video and we'll see which one I'm gonna be reading in May and or June. So are you ready for the result of the spin? Because if you're not ready and you want to put together your own list or something before you find out the result of the spin, then yeah, pause now and then come back later. All right, so here we go. The number that the spinner landed on was 1. And so for me, that means River of Darkness by Rennie Airth. And so this is set in rural England, and there's like this massively gruesome murder that happens, and it's kind of a thriller because we go back and forth between the investigation and also the perspective of the murderer. So it's sort of a cat and mouse game kind of thing. So this is my BookTube spin book, and I will keep you posted on what happens with that. So I will link to the BookTube spin video so that you can check that out for yourself. So in the comments below, let me know if you're going to do the BookTube spin or if you have any thoughts about any of the books that I have on my little tower. Let me know specifically if you've read River of Darkness and what you thought of it. So that's all for right now. Please like and subscribe and see you around.